my neighbor. She's my neighbor. And he's my Buddha.
Okay, Buddha, but I tell him about it.
Okay.
Or to pray for the neighbor.
Okay. Now to check motivation. Check motivation, okay? And some motivations arises instantly. Like in my case, okay, I think many of the motivations just arise instinctively, just by seeing the situation. Just by seeing the situation, just it arises. At that moment, this motivation is the most powerful at that moment, you see. And then there's no chance to check what yesterday's motivation or a little bit before this motivation. Instantly. Of course, to check motivation is very wise, yes. But we are also carried with so many emotions, you see, emotions, due to the situation, circumstances. And then sometimes also it is also dependent upon our mental situation. Sometimes outer factor. So there are so many issues, okay? So we don't have any concrete answer, isn't it?
Maybe the poor guy is also is a Buddha in potential. So who said he's not a Buddha? He knows that he's not a Buddha or Bodhisattva. He assumes that he's not a Buddha.
Yeah. And you are very good.
If everyone you meet in...
So then please give me.
They took my wallet, I'm giving it.
Tomorrow.
But you're going to invite me. You're going to invite me. Okay, you know the date.
Yes.
And you know that I'm Buddha, isn't it? Or
I'm willing to take the chance, you know.
willing to take the chance. It is chance, is it? I see. Then there's not much hope.
I have a faith.
Yeah. So now, I try to explain, okay? Try to explain based on Shantideva's text. Yeah. Then, yeah, normally in Tibetan Buddhism, we say, okay, the Buddha has so much potential to do so many good things for so many sentient beings. Because of this, if we offer to Buddha, we earn much more merit than giving an ordinary human being or sentient being. That is what we explained, okay? And then Shantideva, he asked, okay, he asked one question. That is question plus also answer. Sangya namda simjala thamechuru drawala gyala kuja simjala mibatida chiitsu means to achieve enlightenment, okay, to achieve enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. Buddha is also very important, and the other sentient beings are equally important. He says, okay, Sangya is Buddha, Simjin is sentient being. Sangya namda simjala thamechuru drawala means to achieve the practice, okay, achieve the practice of Buddhism. Both are equally important, he says. Okay? Thamechuru drawala is equal. Drawala. Gyala kuche simjala vibatida chiitsu means you pay a lot of respect to Buddha and you don't pay so much respect to the ordinary sentient beings. What is this behavior? He says. What is this? Means, internally he said, this is not correct. This is not correct, okay? And then later there's some issues related with compassion, because compassion brings quite a lot of inner feeling, like suffering, okay, suffering. Because if someone is really great compassionate, and then he's taking others' suffering, thinking, and he's become very emotional, very worried, cry like this. So then again they asked, okay, by cultivating compassion, if you experience quite a lot of suffering because of the other sentient beings suffering, then why you are intentionally or deliberately trying to cultivate great compassion? That was the question. And then he answers, okay. Kede dunga chi gire dunga mango mejuna. Zeba dunga chepe dunga di rangda shana Geshe means by having pain in one person, and this compassion which brings pain in you, this will lead you to relieve many suffering. So then it is really correct or perfect to cultivate compassion, even if it gives some sort of suffering or something, because by having this you will solve so many problems out of compassion. So all these are, and then no, this is not the final answer. The final answer is that is the one answer which we need to take. He says that Buddhas really try to achieve Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. That is the ultimate goal of the Buddhas. Okay? To benefit all sentient beings who are suffering, endlessly. That was the ultimate goal of Buddha. Therefore, if you really wanted to entertain Buddha, it is much better to help other sentient beings who are having suffering. There's no other better offering or entertainment to Buddha. If we help sentient beings, that is the best offering. That is the best entertainment for the Buddha. That is the best way to make Buddha happy. Why? Because their aim is to help other sentient beings. Their aim is not them to enjoy the enlightenment. Okay? Do you understand? Yeah. So therefore we have to think a lot, you see. Take this and this and this, and also like motivation, everything. Bring into account. Okay. Sometimes we just have a tendency that now I don't say this. I think now I talked quite a lot. I answered my question. Yeah. Yeah. Now decision is you. As you check your motivation, yes, you check your motivation. And then you really wanted to make doing offering, and you really wanted to make Buddha really happy, or to purify your sin, to earn good merits for the sake of every sentient being. And then the main aim of Buddha, okay, is to free every sentient being from suffering. And even it's like a one taste free from suffering, and Buddha always wishes, okay? He never think of his own anything. See? So I explained based on Chandideva's text. And then you decide, okay? Yeah. And then now confession. I say a little bit. We make a lot of mistakes. We earn a lot of negativities related with it. Other sentient beings, see? Either neighbor or someone, politician or corrupted person. And we earn all these negativities because of them. I can't say because of them, but it's because of me. But having interaction with them, we are very bad karmas. And we feel that that was not correct. So to purify this bad karma, which I earned due to my mistake with other sentient being, and the best purification to this is to compensate. To compensate means to make them happy. I'm sorry, I did a mistake. I did terrible things to you. So please pardon me. And from the core of my heart, I really feel very regret. So now I will not repeat this again with you. And that is the best way to purify the sins or the negativities earned with other sentient beings. Does it make sense? Yeah. Of course, if we earn bad karma by destroying some scriptures, and then the best way to do purification about this sin is to publish or print or to pay respect to the scriptures, you see. Yeah, to take care and to respect and to do offerings and to print this and to make it accessible for many people. And with this good intention, then you will purify the sins earned through destroying. There was one story in the Cultural Revolution, 1965-66. So many Tibetans also did quite a lot of contribution due to the order coming from Beijing, especially from Mao Zedong. They did a lot of destruction. See? One man and his wife came to India, and he told me the story. He really he threw some stones into the statue, hit here, broke. After some years, he has such a big problem in this part of the body, almost like it's just coming back to him. And there were many things happened to him, particularly, just to show. So that is how we have to understand, and then to repair, or confess. And that is only a small part of the result of destroying one statue, only a small part of it. The biggest part is still not to be ripened, you see. And then we Tibetan, we have like a sort of tradition that we inscribe 100 syllabus mantra of Bodhisattva. We inscribe on the stone. My uncle used to inscribe, 100 big stone, 100 big stone, curve 100 syllabus 2 times or 3 times like this. That is mainly to purify the sins. There are many ways of praying and constructing thanga, building monastery or stupas, and so these are some of the ways to confess and then purify sins, which is, I think, practical, and then most of the sin, negativity, what we are, as I told earlier, we are due to the interaction with different types of sentient beings. So that types of things we better to purify by doing something good for the sentient being. Yes? And that will make Buddha also very happy. Buddha also feel very happy. Okay, yeah. Offering and confession are going, I think we are going together, isn't it? Offering and confession is going together. Like not only one area we focus, but it goes together. Some people think that confession, by doing confession, okay, and then we purify the sins or negativity we are, and then clean, and there's nothing, like the emptiness, okay. But it is not like this. It is not like this, okay. By purification itself is earning good karma, removing bad things and earning good karma. So it has a double benefit. It removes the negativity and it also earns good karma. Okay? So very important, very important. And then more you have good motivation, like if you are purifying out of compassion, very good. Out of loving kindness, very good. By having the wisdom, excellent. And by having bodhicitta, the best, okay? Just by having bodhicitta, and then purification becomes very, 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 very efficient. It can purify so much sins. So it is very important to try to go towards bodhicitta, towards loving kindness, towards great compassion. And once you have these things, okay, and then purification will be no problem. If we remain as we are now, then it is quite difficult to have a full compassion or full purification. And the offerings are also the potential of the offerings which we are. Any good karma which we are has its own limitation. Once we have bodhicitta, then whatever good karma we are, we go directly to achieve enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. So now I have done how much time still we have?
Until 5.
Yes, you have some question. Okay, please.
I have a question.
Yes.
No.
Okay. I don't know, maybe I'm mistaken, but I understood that any karma that you have, you cannot erase it.
Yes, we can erase. We can totally remove, okay, even the stain, which is now used as obscuration. In Tibet, we have nudip and sheti, two different terms. Now, in English, I think they don't have different terms. Sometimes the sheti they use as an obscuration. And subtle, okay, very subtle. It's just like a subtle imprint on the mind. Because of our bad karma, or because of our negative or destructive emotion, it leaves a very subtle imprint on the mind, which is obstacle, okay, which becomes an obstacle, which becomes a contamination. And to remove this, okay, to remove this completely from the mind, erase, more than erase, okay, never come back, that is only possible if we practice bodhicitta and wisdom together. Yeah, that is the most powerful, okay. Therefore, Chandkiti says, Kuzopti Shoyanka will get you. Nambe Yavudin, giving number, Dundu give it, Dundu Dani, give it, Shoto, Yavi, Janzu Parucho, Kuzopti Shoyanka will get you. The bodhicitta and wisdom is like a two wings. If any bird has crossed the ocean, without two wings, they can't cross. So this has to be practiced in equally important, and then in a very balanced way, and then you will be able to cross the ocean of more than ocean of samsara. You will be able to remove all the subtle obscure issues, which are obstacle to know everything. By removing all these subtle imprints on the mind becomes very awakened. That knows everything. Okay? Knows everything. Yeah.
But confession and compensation, as you suggested. Let's say that we did something terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the law of karma says that it has to mature if we kill someone.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we,
unless we purify.
still if we purify it, then we switch it to something minor. No?
It depends upon the purification.
If we don't have bodhicitta and wisdom
No, still we can purify.
completely,
Yes. We can purify. Yes. Karma, okay, when you say bad karma, yes, we can purify. Yes. Yeah.
so it doesn't have to mature, it doesn't have to come to fruitation, to ripen.
No, if we purify, then it will not be ripened.
So it will not be ripe.
No, there's nothing to ripe. It's purified. Yeah.
It's a good system.
Oh, very good system. But
Why don't we use it more?
yes, please use it more. No. So, everybody tries, you see. Everybody tries. In the practice of Buddhism, especially, you see, in Tibetan Buddhism, we pay a lot of importance for the preliminary practices. Before we practice bodhicitta, we try to make all these preliminary practices. Before we enter into tantric practice, we do a lot of preliminary practices, like 100,000 prostration, 100,000 mandala offering, 100,000 100 syllabus mantra of Bodhisattva. Okay, we do a lot, you see. Yeah, all this 100,000 prostration. Not only 1, 2 times, 3 times. One of my classmates, he did 700,000 prostration.
How long?
Huh?
For how long?
I think it took quite a lot, you see, because he didn't stay in one place or in one time, and he did in Bodh Gaya, especially in winter, like 2-3 months. He's totally focused on prostration, and then he comes back to Dharamsala. Next year again he goes there, and then his efficiency of doing prostration so efficient, you see. Oh, what? You see. Yeah, and then mandala offering. He also did mandala offering, and I know one of our friends also did 100,000 mandala offering. And I think one of our friends also, I think it was in the early stage, they asked me, we really like to have a baby, but we really wanted to do these preliminary practices. Is it better before or after? I said before, and they did. Yeah. Yeah. These are, I'm speaking among the Israelis. Yeah. There was a very renounced lady, okay, saint called Pema, which last year we went to her place where she did the meditation. Of course, it is not exactly the same as when she did meditation. So I heard about this, and we have many teaching lineages, especially related with our Lokiteshvara. Many lineages coming from her. And she taught us the best purification is detached self. Okay? Just detach. Remove self-attachment. Renounce, okay? Renounce. Don't pay any attention for this life. Just renounce, okay? And I think she has some leprosy. And when she did this meditation, and at the time she was totally renounced, 100% from the core of her heart. And in the night, she had some dreams, you see. White person comes and washes everything. And everything goes black and black. In the morning, early in the morning, she feels that her fan is completely different, you see. It has no itching. It is not like a rock. It's so soft. She feels so soft and everything. And then she wrote a praise to our Lokiteshvara. And our Lokiteshvara also appeared to him. And this beautiful picture. If we just reciting, if we just think, we get a whole picture of our Lokiteshvara. How he saw our Lokiteshvara. Because of removing self-attachment. Yeah, there are many different levels of purification. Yeah. So any question? Then I think we will also. Still, we have a lot of time. I think better to start another sort of issue. Roughly you know what is compassion, okay? And roughly you know, not roughly, I think so many people they don't know such like this detail, know how to do offering, okay? The best offering, okay, one of the teachers said, the best offering is to cut the stinky or clinking feeling. Sirna is miser, okay, like to cut this, which is very difficult.
I didn't understand how we cut it, what? How we
To
cut
remove.
it. Yeah, easy to say, but how we cut it?
Yeah, by practicing generosity. Yeah. Yeah. Even when we offer, okay, and there's expectation. I offer, okay, I offer. And then there's expectation, something in return. That is taking, okay, offering and taking. Do you get the point? Yeah. This is the worst thing, you see. This is the worst thing. I think I might have explained before. If you offer or if you give something to someone out of generosity, or if you offer to Buddha or Bodhisattva, you have to offer in such a way that you should not have any sort of like connection for yourself. Just offer it, earn good karma for the sake of all sentient beings. If you give something to some beggar, you give and don't expect anything in return. Even you should not expect thank you or something like that. respect like this. Just give it.